Family, what's good? Renee Box Young. Flash live, man. I had to do it. I got a window of time, so I had to jump in, man. Hey, I hope you guys are great, man. What's going on? Family. You know what I mean? Definitely, man. You guys are all family. You know what I mean? I hope everyone's great. I hope everyone's doing well. You know, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support, you know, tuning into live sessions, commenting in the comment sections of the videos, you know what I mean? All that good jazz, you know, definitely, man. Those who have been commenting in the videos, you know what I'm saying, in the comment sections, I definitely appreciate you. Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, you know, if there are any new listeners, Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed fashion, you know what I'm saying, in a mature fashion. You know, simple as that. Take the hate somewhere else. You know how we do it here, man. Definitely at Renee Box Young. And I got some things to talk about. That's why I want to go live. And this little window of time I have, I want to see how long I go. You know, we'll see. But there's some fights coming up, and I want to talk about them. Okay, and I don't want to talk about in this session at least. You know, I don't want to talk about Ortiz versus Hooker because I got a plan live later. Okay. So if you can see on my video, you can check it out. As I've been saying, you know what I'm saying, put on the notification bells, okay? Definitely put on those notification bell, the channel, okay? So you know the scheduled lives as opposed to the flash lives. This is a flash live, so later on, definitely, hopefully to have my sidekick later on this evening, okay? I'm gonna go live again, so definitely, man. So, but this is just a flash live, man. I had to go live. I got a nice window of time right now, so I just want to take advantage. And I want to talk about a different, card that's up and coming. It was just announced, and I'm sure you've probably seen it, okay? And, it's like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't just pay attention to American boxing. I pay attention to boxing all over the world. Boxing is global, you know, definitely. And there are so many fighters, you know, in the boxing business, you know what I'm saying, in the sport of boxing. So many fighters out there, so many fights going on, and just got an announcement today, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk about some other things, but Mike 202, what's going on, fam? You're like, who's your sidekick? It's LeVar Cooper, fam. LeVar Cooper, bro. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. So, hey, like I said, this is just a flash live, man. Out of nowhere, I got my scheduled live. It's Lord willing, we're gonna go live around 5 hours from now. 4 hours and 20 minutes, something like that, from now. Okay. It just depends on your time. I have it scheduled around 6:15 Central Standard Time. So it just depends on your time zone. Matter of fact, I was recently on 503. Shouts out to, man, 503 Lion family right there, man. He invited me, and I asked him his time zone, and they changed. I asked him something about his time zone, and you know, so he changed their time zone changed or whatever. So it just depends on the time zone you're in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, but you know, those who jump in, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if your time's changed. I don't know what they call it, man, daylight savings or whatever the heck they do, right? But, you know, they do it all over the world. We do it down here in Mexico, too. So, you know, so I'm going to be going live later, Lord willing, with my sidekick, LeVar, definitely around, I repeat, 6:15 Central Standard Time, man. We're going to talk about, obviously, you know, the fight. The fight between, you know, Ortiz and Hooker, and a lot more, man. There's a lot more to talk about. There's so much to talk about that, you know, I wanted to go live right now and talk about some other things. So once again, man, I hope everyone's doing great. You know, those who tune in later after the live, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. I just thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. The recent subscribers, also awesome, man. Awesome. The platform, as I've been saying, it's been growing incrementally, man. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys are safe and well, you know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about a couple things today, okay? I want to talk about that, you know, recently, I mean, from what I know, it's today, okay? As of today, we're in March 19th. And that's another thing. That's another factor, another spectrum I want to talk about concerning this card that was announced. I think it's as of today it was announced, okay? Just today. It's official or whatever. Now it's all over social media, whatever, right? From, it's a DAZN card, okay? First and foremost, you know, the main event, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Chisora versus Parker. I pushed out a video some time ago about Parker, you know what I'm saying? Parker saying that he wants to, you know, fight, that he wants to fight the top heavyweights. I broke it down how I don't see Parker making it to the top, okay? I broke it down. As a matter of fact, I made a video recently also, and it wasn't just focusing on Parker. It was a recent video about just the generally the heavyweight division, and who I see is going to be on top for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And how the panorama is going to change in the heavyweight division. The divisions are going to change, you know what I'm saying? Is welterweight division as well. Mark Blake, what's going on, bro? I see you, family. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. Thanks so much for jumping in, bro. Thank you guys so much, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker, he's not gonna make it to the top, man. He's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? And Chisora versus Parker, okay, is gonna be the main event in May 1st. May 1st, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And these guys, they were scheduled to fight a while ago. I don't even remember which year it was, man. I really don't remember the year that Chisora versus Parker was announced. The whole coronavirus stuff postponed it, canceled it, whatever you want to call it, right? And then at that time, check it out. Please listen. If you go back, as a matter of fact, let me correct myself. If I remember correctly, the Chisora versus Parker fight was off because of Parker having a spider bite, okay? And then it just, coronavirus came around and it just didn't go on. It didn't go down, okay? Chisora versus Parker. I mean, I'm not, I just got to be straight. It's a fight, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably watch it. It's a fight, you know what I'm saying? But these guys are not elite heavyweights. How old is Chisora? And did you see the performance he gave against Usyk? I mean, Chisora gassed out around mid-fight, halfway through the fight against Usyk. And, I mean, Chisora versus Parker, how can I say it? In a respectful manner, I'm not excited about this fight, man. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the main event. I think it's the main event at least, okay? So that's going to happen in May 1st, okay? You're going to have also on the card Katie Taylor versus Jonas. That's cool. Definitely. It's going to be for undisputed lightweight championship, okay? So Katie Taylor, we have to see that, okay? That's going to be a nice fight. Say what people want to say about DAZN or Eddie Hearn. I mean, there are a lot of things to pick and criticize about that platform and about Eddie Hearn, you know what I'm saying? But you got to give him his credit, man. I mean, I'm not a big guy on promoters. I'm not the type of guy to praise one platform more than another. I mean, I just recognize when there's a nice fight going down, whatever the platform it may be from or on or whatever, right? And we got to give our hats off to we got to take our hats off to Hearn in this respect, that we just saw an amazing fight, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you didn't see it, you I guess you don't really watch boxing much at all. You know what I'm saying? If boxing community, if there is some fans out there, whatever, that didn't see, Chocolatito versus Estrada, and didn't see or pay attention to Breakus versus McCaskill rematch, then I mean, the people watch it. Maybe they probably just watch boxing casually if they didn't see those fights. Man, that Estrada versus Chocolatito, fight of the year, man. Definite candidate of fight of the year. We're still early in the year, and that was just an amazing, fantastic fight. You know what I'm saying? DT's in the building. What's going on, family? Hey, I thank you guys for jumping in, man. This is just a flash live. I'm going to go live later, too, okay? With my sidekick, all right? With my sidekick, LeVar Cooper, man. So we're definitely going to go live later, okay? Let me reiterate that for those who just jumped in the building, those who have been jumping in, you know what I'm saying? 6:15 approximately Central Standard Time, I'm going live again, okay? I'm going live again, but with my sidekick. This is a flash live. I got a nice window of time, so I'm like, what the heck? Let's go live. Heck yeah, man. Tone Brown's in the building. Hey, family, y'all are jumping in. I really appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, I mean, hey, listen, please. This is just to make my point. This is just to get my point across, okay? I mean, shouts out to Ack, man, the Jab Jamboree. I'm sure you guys have tuned into that channel, you know what I'm saying, to their shows, the Jab Jamboree. Judge Ack. Ack Reacher, man. They had a show a couple weeks ago or something. It's Friday night. I love the theme. I love the setting, the context, their approach, and how they do something, like how they do the show. They do like a judge. It's like a hearing, a court case. and, and you know, they got to defend it and stuff like that. And the reason why I say this is because they were talking about, you know, PBC, something along the lines of PBC, you know, accusing PBC of not giving, you know, quality content or something like that, fights recently, as of late or something. And, you know, it was that versus DAZN, or I don't remember exactly. But, you know, the prosecutor, which is Oddfella, okay, I loved it. It was so fun to watch. The prosecutor was defending, or something like that. He was, you know, prosecuting PBC or what have you, you know. And then he made his case on DAZN, okay? And, I mean, what he was saying was right, man. This is what I'm trying to get at here, okay? This is what I'm trying to get at. That we got to give our hats off to the card and what was given to us, the boxing community, you know, with Chocolatito versus Estrada, okay? With Breakus versus you know, McCaskill rematch, undisputed welterweight championship in women's boxing. Now we're gonna have Taylor versus Jonas in May 1st for undisputed lightweight championship in women's boxing. I mean, come on, man. I mean, we gotta accept it. We gotta like it. We gotta be interested in this stuff because this is great. I gotta repeat this, man. Please listen, guys. I mean, boxing is a lot more than, you know, a division or two in men's boxing. It consists of several divisions, a lot of divisions. Some divisions are more on fire than others, though. I understand there are bigger names, some bigger names in some divisions. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, there's a lot of fights out there. There's a lot of, you know, events out there, a lot of matchups that are very interesting. Yes, Mark Blake. Wow, dude, we're gonna cook that later, Mark Blake. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about that later today, okay? Later today, we're going to talk about, like I said, I'm going to go live. If you haven't check out my channel, and I have it scheduled. It's for 6:15 Central Standard Time later this evening. We're going to definitely chop that up. Virgil Ortiz missed weight. It was 147.6. 147.6, and he had to trim off some weight. I don't know how much time they gave him to trim off that 0.6 pounds, however they say it, but that's not a good look, man. That is I'm just gonna give my 2 cents on that real quick, since Mark Blake brought it up. I love it, man. That's not a good look for Virgil Ortiz. Not a good look, ladies and gentlemen. You know, professionalism. I've said the same about Tank Davis. I said the same about David Benavidez. I'm 100 with all these guys, all of them. I don't care who it is, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100 with everybody. So bad look for Virgil Ortiz, man. I know he's a prospect. I know the boxing community in the world has their eyes, you know, we have our eyes on him, and, you know, oh, he's so great and this and that. Yes, he's a good fighter. Skills, blah, blah, blah. But, man, he missed weight. What's going on here? I don't get it. I don't get it. You had training camp. You have time to prepare. I mean, what's going on there? I don't understand it, and I frown upon it, man. I definitely frown upon it, man. Virgil Ortiz, I hope, you know, and that's the thing. Virgil Ortiz, man, he's a disciplined guy. I mean, he's a disciplined, as far as what we know and see. Macados of the South, families in the building. What's going on? Money in the ghetto. Hey, y'all are jumping in, man. What's going on, family? Hey, what's going? Yes, Mike 202, bro. That's what I'm saying. And like I said, we're gonna still chop this up later. I gotta reiterate for those who are jumping in right now. Y'all jumping in. I'm going to go live again, okay? I'm going to go live again at 6:15 Central Standard Time. We're going to chop this up even more, man, definitely, with my sidekick, too, LeVar Cooper, in that session. Right now, I just wanted to go live because I got a nice window of time right now. And y'all know how we do the flash lives. You see the thumbnail on the back. Flash live is out of nowhere. I just go live out of nowhere. Pop! Just like a flash link. Pop! Just like a lightning. I said, you see it's funny how I mix words? I said flashling. I mixed up flash with lightning. Oh my gosh, isn't that a trip? I'm like, I'm kind of like this Shakespeare guy, right? Making up new words, man. I'm creating my own vocabulary. Flashling, yeah, that's definitely. So when you see that Flash Live thumbnail, it's just out of nowhere lives. You know what I'm saying? Mike 202 says, Renee, that is unprofessional for more. It is. It's really unprofessional, bro. I mean, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. And, you know, when we talk about this, when fighters making weight nowadays, fighters making, this is a problem I see. If a fighter is walking around, you know how they say walk around weight, right? The walk around weight, his walk around weight is 160, but he fights at 147. His walk around weight is 170, but he fights at, you know, 147. I mean, these fighters, man, I talked about this recently. I don't remember which live it was, but these fighters, man, they're professionals. And that's exactly why I agree with Mike 202. It's unprofessional for a fighter because you know your weight. How long have you been boxing? And I'm speaking in general about all fighters. Fighters have been boxing, generally speaking, not all of them. Some have shorter, amateur careers than others. For example, Deontay Wilder, right? There are some fighters out there, I can't remember too much. Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde is another one. They have very small amateur careers, shorts or whatever. They don't have many fights, okay? But generally speaking, that's what I'm trying to get at here. Generally speaking, these fighters have been boxing since amateurs, you know what I'm saying, a lot of fights, some a couple hundred fights in their amateur careers, move up to professional, boxing, pro boxing, and after so many fights in pro boxing and you miss weight, there's no excuse, man. I mean, Mike 202, I gotta cook on that for a minute, dude. There are no excuses because one, they're professional fighters and they know their own bodies more than anybody else. You see, that's what I'm saying here. A fighter knows his own body and they know the ramifications of the weight they should walk in, their walk around weight, and the ramifications and, details or what have you, the limitations of what they should be walking around in, what walk around weight they should be in. And they know what it takes to make weight in their division that they box in. Now, this is the thing here, and we're seeing listen, please, guys. We're seeing this a lot in this generation, in this era of boxers. Missing weight here, missing weight there, missing weight all around, And the problem here is this. Are fighters fighting in the weight class that they should even be in, man? I haven't heard anybody asking these questions. And this is a question I've had in my head for a minute. I've been pondering it. I've been, brainstorming it for years. It's like, what the heck is on? What's going on with these guys? And I'm 100 with all these dudes, man. Vergil Ortiz just missed it. I'm 100 on this dude. You see what I'm saying? With this guy too. I'm gonna cook on this too. Not just because, Vergil Ortiz, he's Mexican. I'm gonna cut him some slack. Of course not. Of course not, man. Mexican American, whatever, right? I'm not gonna cut slack on this. David Benavidez lost weight too. I didn't cut slack on him. Tank Davis, he missed weight a couple times. I'm not gonna cut slack on this dude. Okay, let's go more. If I'm not mistaken, I think Cesar Chavez Sr. No, sorry, no, not Sr. My fault. Junior, I think he's missed weight too before, or he cheated. I know that. Because remember, if I'm not mistaken, he was supposed to fight Danny Jacobs a couple years ago, right? He popped dirty. Remember that? In Nevada, they were gonna fight, if I'm not mistaken. Then they moved it over to Arizona. That's nonsense with these cheating. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I'm disgusted of it. Cheaters in the sport of boxing. I'm not saying that those who miss weight are cheating. No, I'm talking about generally. I'm 100 with all these fighters. I don't care what race they are. I don't care where they're from. Whatever. And these fighters, man, I question it. What are they? Are they fighting in the right weight class? What the heck is going on with these guys? If you're walking around weight, if you're fighting at 140, let's go down a little bit, 140, and you're walking around at 170, there's a big problem here, man. There's a big problem. You got a fighter at maybe 160, you know what I'm saying? 160, and his walk around, quote unquote, walk around weight is almost 200 freaking pounds. It's like, dude, there's a problem here. These guys aren't a lot, some of these fighters out there, man, I'm not saying all of them, but there's some of these fighters out there, they're not even fighting in the right weight class, man. There's a big problem here. This is not cool. This is not cool, man. Mike 202 says here, man, thank you guys for jumping in, man. I see you, a Big Lake Show in the building. What's up, fam? Hey, man, you guys are jumping in. I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. You guys are awesome. We got Mike 202 saying that's what it is. That's what it is, fighting at the wrong weight classes. Exactly. I mean, like I said, man, I'm a busy guy, man. I got a full-time job. I do something outside of work. You know what I'm saying? I got another, other thing I dedicate myself to. I got, I'm studying a degree. This is one of my believe it or not, this is one of my most saturated semesters. I got 3 modules, almost finished with my degree. That's why it's right now, this semester is the toughest, because I'm studying 3 different modules from under 3 different professors. You know what I'm saying? And this is my last semester. And then next semester I got social service or whatever, right? So I'm almost done. But why am I saying this? Because I don't have time to hear all these platforms out there. There's a lot of platforms out there, man. But out of those platforms, you know, boxing community platforms or whatever, how many people are asking that question? How many people are asking, are these fighters fighting in the right freaking weight class, man? I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, walking around to weight 40 pounds over your, I'm not saying Virgil Ortiz is doing that, okay? Please let me make that clear. Let me make that clear. I'm not saying Virgil Ortiz is walking around 50 pounds more than his weight class. You know what I'm saying? But he missed weight. That's the problem here. That's the point here. These fighters, it's common nowadays to hear fighters missing weight. I think it's ridiculous, man. And you see, that's why I love it. I go off of what you guys talk about. You know what I'm saying? I had other points. To talk about, but we're gonna, you know, I wanted to cook on that for a minute. You know, who asked it? I forgot. Yeah, Mark Blake asked it about, you know, did Virgil Ortiz miss weight? So he missed weight, 147.6, 0.6, almost a pound overweight. And a lot of people may say this, and those people don't even know really about the sport of boxing. They're kind of casual, you know, whatever. They watch it casually. They watch it because their favorite fighter is gonna fight, or they watch it because of patriotic purposes. Oh, because he's you know, he's from this country, I'm gonna support him, and I'm gonna only watch boxing when that fighter fights. There's a lot of those out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's face facts. There are a lot of those out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. To those kinds of fans that watch the sport of boxing, because they're fans. You know, we gotta face facts. They're fans, okay? So they might say, hey, 0.6, hey, that's not much. But yes, it is. Because you're a freaking pro fighter and you know what you're supposed to do. You know what your walk around weight should be. You know that in between fights, you got to keep your weight in check. And if you don't keep your weight in check, move up a division. Problem solved. Simple as that. You know, you're so skilled. Okay, move up. Move up to 154. You know what I'm saying? If you have trouble making weight at your weight class, and this goes for all these fighters out there, man. If you have trouble making weight for your weight, move up. As simple as that. Simple as that. You see what I'm saying? It's really unprofessional, Mike 202. You know, and I'm 100. I got to repeat this. Please listen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 100 with all these guys, man. I don't care where they're from. I don't care what race they are. I'm 100 with all these guys. And it's a bad look. Now, I didn't follow up on that. I didn't follow up on this because I don't know if they gave him an opportunity. You know how they do that with some fighters. If they don't make weight, I don't know if they only do that for championship bouts. From what I know, Virgil Ortiz vs. Hooker is not a championship bout, okay? I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody please clarify that in the chat section. I don't know if it's for championship bout fights. If they don't make weight, they give them a chance. They give them a couple hours to go ahead and make weight. I don't know, okay? But I don't know if Virgil Ortiz, if they're giving him a chance to make weight. You know, if he has to go in a sauna, they're giving him a chance to, you know, go do something to lose that 0.6. You see what I'm saying? But that's just ridiculous, man. I don't know why he missed weight. I mean, that's just bad. Bad, man. We got here Mike 202 saying, fighters make weight and the night of the fight blow up anyway. That's true. Mike 202, that is true. Okay? And the thing here is, you go back. I mean, I'm not a big, you know, I don't know, man. I'm not a know-it-all when it comes to the sport of boxing historically, you know what I'm saying? But I never really heard, I haven't heard much, you know, back in the, you know, golden era of boxing or whatever, right? The old school fighters back in the day. I don't think they had problems missing weight like we see it nowadays in this generation and in this era. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Lake Show, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. It's fun, man. I love studying. It's great, man. I learned a lot, you know, growing. But Chen Smoke is in the building. What's going on, Chen Smoke? What is going on, Chen Smoke? Ricardo Martinez says here, I exposed Jamal. But what did you expose? What are you talking about, though? Okay, Ricardo, I know what you're talking about, bro. But All right, all right. So anyways, yeah. So Virgil Ortiz, man, he missed weight, and later on we're gonna chop more about that. We're gonna chop that up a little bit more. Like I said, I reiterate and I repeat. 6:15 Central Standard Time, approximately around that time, I'm gonna go live again with my sidekick LeVar Cooper, and we're gonna chop up more. Hooker versus Virgil Ortiz, definitely, man. We're gonna break that down. We're gonna break down a lot more too. So what I was saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is that okay, we got Taylor versus Jonas in May 1st. Okay, on May 1st. Chisora versus Parker, if I'm not mistaken, that's a main event. But I'm not even interested in that heavyweight fight, man. I mean, that's not. How old is Chisora, man? How old is Derek Chisora? I mean, there are some fights that's just like, I mean, I love the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I love the sport of boxing, but I'm not interested in that, Chisora versus Parker. Taylor versus Jonas, yes. And back to what I was saying. I mean, we gotta, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate Claressa Shields just won. She just fought. Amazing win. Amazing win against that girl. I forgot her name, man. All due respect to her opponent, but I forgot her name. We broke that down. We had a little, I had a little breakdown on that on one of the lives, right before the fight. A day before the fight of, Claressa Shields' last fight. All due respect, I forgot that girl's name. Marie something. And Claressa Shields did great. It was a pay-per-view event, if I'm not mistaken. Claressa Shields did amazing in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Brækhus versus Jessica McCaskill rematch. Amazing fight. Chocolatito versus Estrada. Amazing fight. As a matter of fact, I didn't even watch the live. I didn't watch Benavidez versus Ellis because I was watching McCaskill versus Brækhus. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this undisputed welterweight division, undisputed championship fight. For me, I got to watch that first. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch that first. I'll watch Benavidez later. All due respect to Benavidez, man. Obviously, I love watching him fight. You know what I'm saying? But, ladies and gentlemen, there a lot of worthy fights out there that are worth watching. So let me get to the chat real quick, and we're going to continue on what's on May 1st. We're going to watch. There's a card announced May 1st. I think it was announced today. So Chen Smoke says, just got back, was on vacation in New Mexico, hiking mountains, brother. Oh, that's awesome, Chen Smoke. New Mexico, it's like a lot of desert, isn't it? I kind of see like New Mexico and Arizona, Nevada. The topography is quite similar, right? A lot of dryness, a lot of arid areas, desertish, right? Lower parts of California, the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So we got here Ricardo saying, gonna watch Virgil tomorrow. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, ladies and gentlemen out there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ricardo, man, I'm gonna watch Virgil. We're all gonna see that, definitely. Virgil Ortiz is definitely worth watching. Hooker, step up fight right there, Ricardo says, I watched Benavidez versus Ellis and Choco versus Estrada at the same time. Right, man. I wasn't, man. I had all my attention on Chocolatito versus Estrada, all my attention. And there are some people that were going back and forth. I couldn't do that, man. I had to have all my focus on Chocolatito versus Estrada. Like I was saying, that is definitely a candidate, for fight of the year. Fight of the freaking year, man. You know what I'm saying? Great fight. And then I watched the replay. You know what I'm saying? I watched the repeat of Benavidez versus Ellis. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. So, we got to take our hats off, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm saying here. To a certain extent, take your hats off. We got to, okay, look. Take your hats off to Bob Arum for giving us Berchelt versus Valdez. You see what I'm saying? I criticize Bob Arum too. Of course I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with a lot of things that guy says. That dude got to retire and leave the sport of boxing. That's just my humble opinion on Bob Arum. Go retire and enjoy your life, bro. You're old, man. Just go enjoy your life. Why do you want to continue stressing in the business of boxing and, going back and forth with fans and saying that, fans can go screw themselves and saying that, what fans think doesn't matter? And why do you have to say that, Bob? Just leave. Looks like you're not happy anyway with these fighters and fans. You know what I'm saying? You're not happy with Teofimo Lopez. You're not happy with Bud Crawford. You weren't happy with Oscar De La Hoya. You were doing him wrong. You were doing Mayweather wrong. You were doing Mikey Garcia wrong. You were doing Andrew Reese wrong. You were doing Cotto wrong. Just leave, Bob. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of being mature. But if somebody says something correct and does something right, you see what I'm saying? If somebody does something right, whether promoter, fighter, whatever, we got to give them their props. Come on now. You see, that's what I'm saying. This channel is unbiased, man. I don't do biases. I mean, if someone does something right, I give them their props. If someone does something whack, I'm gonna have to call that out. You know what I'm saying? We got Chen Smoke saying, I got Virgil stopping Hooker in 8. I'm gonna give my prediction later on the next. Remember, guys, 6:15 Central Standard Time. I'm going live again with my guy LeVar Cooper. We're gonna break that down, man. I'm gonna give my prediction there, Chen Smoke. Very close to what you're saying, though. Bob Arum's brain is slowly. I'm saying, man, he's just old. It's just age. You know, I made a video. If you guys didn't check that out after this live. You know what I'm saying? I made a video on Bob Arum of how what he said when he said the fans can go screw themselves. Man, that's messed up, dude. What's wrong with Bob? Dude, Bob is just tired of it. Get out of here, Bob. Leave boxing. Just leave, bro. Just leave, mister, or whatever you want to call him. Okay, so Taylor versus Jonas, May 1st. Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. is fighting, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that a miracle? I mean, you see, that's another thing. I like Chris Eubank Jr. You know, maybe you guys haven't heard it or whatever, but you know, earlier in my videos, you know, it's in my videos, it's in my live sessions. I like Chris Eubank Jr. I like his boxing style. I like how he fights. I like his personality. I like his, you know, how he presents himself. He's a serious cat. Chris Eubank Jr., he's a serious guy. He's a serious boxer. I like his upbringing from his dad. You know, his father, his trainer, his coach. You know what I'm saying? His father's a former pro fighter also. You know, and great fights he's brought to the sport of boxing. You know, Chris Eubank Jr., Chris Eubank Sr. I like Chris Eubank Jr., but like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 100 with all these dudes, man. I even advocated years ago. I'm talking plural, years ago, like 5-6 years ago. I have advocated on social media before I even popped YouTube videos, okay? Way before I popped YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying, on the sport of boxing on my channel. I advocated at that time Chris Eubank Jr. versus Canelo, because a lot of people don't know this, guys. Chris Eubank Jr., okay, and Errol Spence. Please listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people think it's recent. A lot of people think that, Errol Spence just recently started calling out Canelo. No way. Errol Spence has been calling out Canelo for many years, since many years ago. I couldn't even take a wild guess here. It was around, or an estimate, sorry, not a guess, but it's like an estimate. Errol Spence has been calling out Canelo since, oh my gosh, it was so long ago. It was so long ago. I can't even think. I think it was to the extent of shortly after Canelo fought Mayweather, I think, around those times. I don't even remember, but it was a long time ago. Let's just put it that way. Errol Spence Jr. has been calling out. He's been wanting to fight Canelo for a long time, and at that time, Canelo was at a lower weight division. He was around 154 or something. That's when it was fighting like Trout and Lara and all those guys. Cotto. That's around the time, if I'm not mistaken, Errol Spence wanted to fight. He was mentioning Canelo. Okay, Chris Eubank Jr., the same thing, man. He's been calling out Canelo for years, and I've advocated that fight because at that time I thought Chris Eubank Jr. versus Canelo would be a great fight. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Canelo at that time would have been a great fight. But, okay, check me out. Check this out. I've been saying on this platform, I like Chris Eubank Jr., but the opponents he's been facing, okay, I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. So, why am I saying this? Because he's scheduled in this card, Chisora versus Parker, heavyweight fight. Taylor, Katie Taylor, I definitely want to watch. That's the fight I want to watch in this card. Katie Taylor versus Jonas, I gotta watch that fight. Undisputed lightweight championship fight, great. Man, Katie Taylor's awesome. If I'm not mistaken, Katie Taylor fought McCaskill. McCaskill just beat Breckus, if you didn't see it, in the rematch. If you didn't see it, you gotta go watch that fight, man. And the first fight. Katie Taylor fought McCaskill, if I remember correctly, and boxed out McCaskill. So, I mean, Katie Taylor's a great boxer. That's what I'm trying to say here. Great. You know, she got skills. She got skills in that ring. I definitely want to watch that fight. And Chris Eubank Jr. is going to fight in that same card. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be in that same card versus Marcus Morrison. Okay, now, I gotta throw this out there, man. Marcus Morrison, who is that? I never heard of him. I've never seen him. Like I said, there's so many fighters out there. I don't know all these fighters, man. But why am I saying this? Because I'm not satisfied with Chris Eubank Jr.'s opponent, man. And his recent opponents, okay, Korobov, okay. But y'all know what happened there. Korobov, you know what I'm saying, dislocated his shoulder or whatever. I think it was his right shoulder. I don't remember which shoulder it was. And just disappeared off the face of the map. You know what I'm saying? Eubank Jr. disappeared off the face of the map after that. You know what I'm saying? Off the face of the earth, or whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Chris Eubank Jr., he hasn't fought in a long time, I don't think. I don't even remember when the last time he fought. If I'm not mistaken, his last fight was against Korobov. Let me look it up real fast, man. I'm going to look it up right now. Okay, so, yeah, here we go. 2019. Listen, please, ladies and gentlemen. December of 2019. December of 2019. Look at the year we're in now, ladies and gentlemen. January, February, March, April, May. He's going to fight in May. 5 months into 2021. I mean, how many years is this, ladies and gentlemen? Come on now. A year and a half? You see, I mean, we've been saying this time and time again on this platform, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are waiting too freaking long, man. I'm just like, gosh, dude. And Chris Eubank Jr. wants to come back after a year and a half and fight this guy. I get it, warm up fight, whatever. But I'm not expecting much anymore in Chris Eubank Jr. I'm not expecting much in him anymore, man. I'm gonna say it how it is, man. And this is what I wanted to talk about. I'm not hating on the card, but I'm not interested in watching Chisora versus Parker. I mean, that's just a mediocre fight. Taylor versus Jonas, awesome. I do want to see that. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Morrison. I mean, I don't really want to see that, man. And there's another fight. Bivol versus Richards. It's going to be for the WBA heavyweight title. Bivol versus Richards. Bivol, cool. I want to see that. I'll see that. Taylor versus Jonas and Bivol versus Richards. I'm cool to see that. You know what I'm saying? But my question here is, Chris Eubank Jr., who's he going to fight after this? Is he just going to be fighting these mediocre names still? You see, man, I mean, after a year and a half layoff, you come and fight this guy. I get it, warm-up gig, whatever they want to call it. I've been saying it time and time again, ladies and gentlemen. I've been saying it time and time again. You know, these fighters got to be more freaking active. Tired of this. I'm tired of waiting a year and a half. That's why I don't talk too much about those who have been off for a year. I don't talk too much about them, ladies and gentlemen. I talk more about the fights that are going to go down. I talk more about those fights those fighters that are having fights soon. You know, Chris Eubanks Jr., man, Chris Eubank Jr. Oh my gosh, dude. 2019 December. Then he just disappeared from the face of the earth. It's like, come on, Chris. I had my hopes in this guy. Man. This is what I'm trying to say here. I'm disappointed, and I've said it time and time again on my platform. I've rocked. Man, I've been rocking with Chris Eubank Jr. as a fan. I really like him. But this ain't cutting it, man. Chris Eubank Jr. ain't cutting it lately, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm just sorry. Look at the talent in that division. You know what I'm saying? 160? Look at the talent. He ain't fighting none of those guys at the top. Come on now. Gosh, dude. It just stresses me out sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, gosh. Why am I talking about this then? It's because this is all gonna happen on May 1st, and I want to talk about it because it's gonna happen. You know, these fights are going down. Now, this is something else I gotta say here, man. We got Cali Enigma. Cali, what's going on, fam? Hey, man. Hope you're doing good, Cali. How you been, bro? How you been, man? I hope you're doing great, Cali. Man, it's so great to see you in here, bro. It's so great to see you, man. Let's get to the chat real quick, man. So we got here Mike 202 saying Chris Eubank Jr. don't have the skills to be, you know, Mike. But the thing here is what I'm saying. Mike. I think that when Chris Eubank Jr. started calling out Canelo, I think he had a good chance against him. Now I don't think he does. I reiterate, Chris Eubank Jr., man, he's been calling out Canelo for a long time. You know, at that time, I think that Chris had a nice chance against Canelo. But Canelo right now, yeah, I agree with Mike. He don't have the skills to beat elite fighters from America to me. It seems like that, Mike. It definitely does seem like that. And with the opponents that he's been recently fighting, I mean, these opponents are levels above this guy now, man. And, you know, on the come up of Chris Eubank Jr., when Chris Eubank Jr. was on the come up in his career, I definitely had my eyes on him, you know. But I don't know about this guy anymore, man. He's been out the ring since 2019, freaking, December. Now he's gonna jump back in the ring, just get a check. I mean, come on, this is not good. This is not looking good for Chris, man, for Eubank. And his dad, great boxer. I don't know, man. It's, I understand, man. These fighters come in, they want to make their money, but you come in once a year, you come in once every year and a half. What the heck are you doing, man? You oh my gosh, dude. You really want to make money? Be active. You really want to make that bank? You really want to make that bag? Fight every 4 or 5 months. Come on now. So we got here Chris Eubank. Yeah. Let me just finish what Mike 202 is saying here, because I didn't read that part. Chris Eubank Sr., that's a different fighter all around. Exactly, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that Chris Eubank Jr. isn't following the footsteps of his dad. He's following the footsteps of his father to a certain extent. He's boxing. I mean, that's it. It's because he's a pro fighter, okay? Kind of like Cesar Chavez, Jr. He's following the footsteps of his dad just because Junior's a pro boxer. That's it. But nowhere near the legacy of his dad. Nowhere near. Different worlds, different galaxies right there. Chris Eubank Jr., the same thing, man. I mean, it's just like what you're saying, 202. Chris Eubank Sr., that's a different fighter all around. That's facts, bro. Facts. Those who are jumping in the building, man, you guys are awesome. Underrated darkness up in here. Hey, I repeat, please listen, guys. This is just a flash live out of nowhere. I got a nice window of time right now, and I just had to jump in out of nowhere, man. That's why I didn't schedule it. 6:15 Central Standard Time. I'm gonna go live again, man. We're gonna rock it with my sidekick LeVar Cooper. We're gonna talk about Ortiz and Hooker, and we're just talking about right now the card that's barely announced today. That's another point I want to talk about. May 1st. We're almost at the end of March, man. Okay, we're more than halfway through March. It's the 19th. May 1st? What the heck? I mean, it's barely, all this stuff is just being announced. I mean, come on, man. That I don't know about these promoters nowadays, man. Some of these promoters are promoting fights like a month before the freaking fight. A month. Oh my, dude. Well, I don't know what's up with this nowadays. I don't know what's going on. What kind of promotion is this? I'm not the type of, you guys know my platform, ladies and gentlemen. You know my platform. I don't really talk about promoting and promoters and 3 months is the right time, and I don't do that stuff. But this was announced today, and I wanted to talk about this. May 1st, a month and not even a month and a half away from the fight night, and they're barely promoting this. What the heck's going on? Chris Eubank Jr. out of nowhere. Oh, okay, we're gonna have him fight on May 1st. It's May 19th. Oh, come on, dude. What is up with this stuff, dude? What's up with this promoting nowadays, man? This is a joke, man. And I'm not, however you want to call it, downplaying DAZN. No, because in this same session about 20 minutes ago, I said, hey, hats off to DAZN. Hats off to Hearn. Because of the fights that we just talked about a moment ago that they're giving us. We had some great fights, man. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying Estrada. I repeat one more time for those who are jumping in. I'm not denying Estrada Chocolatito. Amazing fight. Breakus versus McCaskill. Amazing fight. In the same card, ladies and gentlemen, we saw Ammo Williams versus Dennis. Ammo Williams, awesome prospect. Kind of reminds me of a Spence style right there. Spence Jr., great body shot fighter. I called that fight on the channel. I just went out of nowhere and called it, man. Had some interesting fights, man. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, what the heck are you doing, man? It's May 19th, and all these fights out of nowhere. Chris Eubank Jr., oh, I'm back, hey. It's like, dude, what the heck? Oh, my gosh. Dude, let me get to the chat, man. Let me get to the chat. So we got Cali Enigma saying Chris Eubank couldn't beat Canelo on his worst day. Yeah, nowadays. But that's what I'm saying, Cali. That's what I'm saying, bro, though. The thing here is that, like I said, man, if you go back years, Chris Eubank Jr. has called out Canelo when Canelo was in a way lower weight division, around 154. That's when Chris Eubank Jr. wanted to fight him. I think he would have had a nice chance against him. But right now, I mean, nah. And the way that Chris Eubank Jr. is moving right now, and look at his opponent he's going to fight. Yeah, Marcus Morrison, 23-3. Oh, okay, from UK. I gotcha. But that's not... That, okay, I mean, okay, let's go to the rankings. I mean, I was just there. Hold on. 160. Okay? Chris Eubank Jr. is at 160, right? If I'm not mistaken, he's the middleweight. Okay, so hold on. Throw the names out there, ladies and gentlemen. Throw the names out. You don't have to wait on me. Throw the names out there. What are the names at 160? Top names. Top names. Throw them out. Throw them out there. Hold on. Let me get it. I gotta look it up. I gotta look this up. Hold on. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment, please. You know, this internet's kind of slow. Hey, can you guys hear the music in the background? I hope you do. Hear a nice soft beat back there. Hey, PJ Cursor's in the building. Man, Cursor, Eric R. Going on, family. Family's up in here. Hey, Eric R. It's all good though, because the thing here is that this is a flash live, bro. It was out of nowhere. I got it scheduled live. 6:15 Central Standard Time later this evening. So I'm gonna go live again, man. Definitely with my sidekick LeVar Cooper, man. So okay. But yeah, you know how it is with those alerts, bro. You know how it is. And it seems like it's less common to get alerts when it's out of nowhere lives, when they're not scheduled. You know what I'm saying? So you know how it is, man. So yeah, Eric R. A lot of these guys don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want legacy. They don't want, you know what I'm saying? And PGH is in the building. Cursor's in the building, my guy, man. PGH, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys for jumping up in hand. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on. Throw the names out there, guys. 160. Top names, 160. Top names, 160. Hold on. I'm just gonna do something real quick here. Just wait a second, y'all. Just go ahead and rock to the music in the background. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Nice smooth beat, you know, nice smooth groove. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me check here. It's because I want to be, you know, I want to have this valid info for y'all. Go ahead and check it out. If you know them already off the top, 160. Top names at 160. Top names at 160. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on. You know, this internet's usually faster, but it's kind of going slow up in here. It's going slow today. Yeah, okay, you got the names. I'm just going to look at the chat. Okay, so we got Charlo, Triple G, Andrade. He's fighting none of those dudes. You see what I'm saying, man? Come on. You're going to fight this Marcus Morrison guy? What? And you've been out the ring for a year and a half. I mean, come on, Eubank Jr. Get your head in the game, bro. Triple G, he has to leave already. I mean, all due respect to that dude, man. But Triple G gonna beat Andrade. Andrade's not even gonna fight him. Andrade's another name that that I picked on before and that I've criticized. Andrade, you're not doing anything anyway, y'all, either. But you're up there though. You're up there in the rankings. I gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? You got Derevchenko, you got Murata, you got, you know, these guys. Liam Williams, okay. You got Munguia. Come on, Chris Eubank Jr. You ain't fighting none of these dudes, man. I mean, come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like Chris Eubank Jr. Okay, Mike says here, Chris Eubank Jr. going to win, then he's going to call out. Okay. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Everybody's talking about right now Charlo versus Benavidez. Benavidez is a 168. That's fine. This would be cool. Okay, Mike 202. Check this out. I made a video some time ago. And the source was ESPN Knockouts in Spanish. You know, the Spanish broadcast on ESPN. And, you know, reporters that broadcast and report boxing. I got the source there in the link description, whatever they call it, whatever. The receipt's there. But at that time, that source said that Chris Eubank Jr. versus Charlo is impossible negotiations. Mike 202, it's interesting you say that, bro. It's interesting you say that because that can be a big possibility right there. After Chris Eubank Jr. fights on May 1st against this Morrison guy, whoever he is, all due respect, he's not up there in the rankings though. It's a warm-up fight for Chris Eubank Jr. It's a big possibility he can fight Charlo next. This does seem possible. June, July, August. But then again, if that happens, okay, if Chris Eubank Jr. fights Jermall Charlo, okay, Chris Eubank Jr. is going to fight on May 1st. That's what we just talked. We're talking about that in this live, this card. May 1st, Chris Eubank Jr. versus a Mark Morrison guy, whatever. May 1st. If he fights Charlo, it's going to be probably 3 months after. You know what I'm saying? Or because you know how it is. 3 months between fights. They're gonna train, whatever. The way Chris Eubank is doing things right now, we just talked about that. He last fought 2019 December. This guy probably won't want to fight in another 5 freaking months, man. So if that happens, we can just have a little timeline, you know, estimated guess. You know what I'm saying? Educated guess. May, June, July, August. Maybe he would fight Charlo in September. Because I reiterate what Mike's saying. I mean, there's validity to it. Because there's a source, ESPN Knockouts, talked about that was rumored to happen. So Chris is probably going to take this Morrison fight as a warm-up. He'll probably fight Jermall Charlo next. That seems more feasible. That seems more feasible. I don't know, because I made a video about this, man. I talked about this. I don't know if Jermall Charlo versus Benavidez is going to be next, ladies and gentlemen. I doubt it, man. I doubt it. Go check that video out I just pushed, and I broke that down. I doubt that's going to happen, man. I just kind of, I don't know why, I doubt it. The way boxing is nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think so. But if Chris Eubank, I think Chris Eubank Jr. and Jermall Charlo is more probable around the end of the year. What, November, something like that. May, June, July, August, or September-ish. You see what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens, man. That's interesting you say that, Mike. That's interesting you say that, man. Oh, it's all good, Cursor. You're working. It's all good, man. Get your grind on. Enjoy your work, bro. Enjoy your work. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, you guys. You know, enjoy what you guys do. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah, PGH, Charlo, Boo Boo, Triple G. Eubank ain't fighting any of these guys. It's like, come on, man. Andre, what's going on, Andre? What's going on, family? Haven't seen you in a minute, bro. What's going on? How you doing? Hope you're doing great, man. I thank you guys so much for jumping in. You know what I'm saying? I reiterate for those who are just jumping in right now. This is a flash live, all right? Flash live out of nowhere. It wasn't planned. It wasn't scheduled. That's why I have the specific the graphics in the background. You see the flashling light, the flashling bolts. You see, I'm mixing up words again. Flashling. Sorry, lightning. These are flash lives, like lightnings, flash out of nowhere. You see the lightning bolts in the background and the live. That means it's just out of nowhere. But I have a scheduled live session. I reiterate, 6:15 Central Standard Time. Hope you guys can jump in there too. Okay, tonight, this afternoon, this evening, whatever, right? So definitely, Andre says here, I'm really confused by Valdez talking the Loma fight. What? I mean, yeah, Andre, that the word out there is Valdez and Loma might fight next. I mean, I'm almost positive I broke that down also. Shakur is not going to fight. You know, Shakur, he's scheduled to fight around June, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they've been talking about it. Shakur is scheduled to fight around June. I think Bob Arum talked about that too. It's most likely going to be a warm-up fight, whatever, right? And Shakur wants to fight Valdez after his June fight. So in the meantime, Valdez, I mean, he's going to fight somebody. It's not going to be Shakur next. So it's interesting you say that, Andre. So, I mean, it would be stylistically, though, Andre. Stylistically, look, Andre, I mean, I understand, though, what you're saying, bro. That what does Loma have to offer? I mean, he doesn't have a belt. Okay? He doesn't have a belt. And we got to face the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's face this. Let's face the facts. Loma is a really competitive opponent. He's a tough component. He's a tough component. Really skilled, competitive in the aspect of his skills. That's the competitiveness that Loma brings. Yeah, Teal figured him out. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like a dominating performance. You know what I'm saying? It was Teofimo did what he had to do, and he did a great. He did well in the fight. He did well. I'm not taking anything away from Teal at all. He stalled Loma in his game plan. You know what I'm saying? That was awesome. But what I'm saying here, generally, Loma, I mean, what he does have to offer is a really a tough fight, man. A tough fight. Loma's not easy, man. He's not easy work. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, in that aspect, I think it would be an interesting fight, Andre. A really interesting fight. But who knows if that's gonna happen? Does Valdez really want to face Loma? I don't know, because I don't know the details of that, where that information is coming from, because I've been hearing it also, but I don't know if it's coming out of Oscar Valdez's mouth or is it coming out of Loma's mouth? Because, you know, from last I heard, Loma wanted to fight Haney, and Haney's gonna fight Linares, and blah blah blah, right? People, the boxing community, generally speaking, would like to see Loma versus Nakatani. I think that would be great too. Loma has options, you know what I'm saying? And Loma has to come back. Loma has to come back, man. I mean, he lost from T.O. Get back in the freaking ring and fight, Loma. Come on now. Time is ticking. The clock is ticking. You see what I'm saying with these fighters, ladies and gentlemen? Enough of these long breaks. I know he just recently fought, but now it's time. It's time to fight. When did Loma versus T.O. happen? What was it? Around September-ish? Something towards the end of the year. I don't really remember. October, November, December, January, February, March. It's like 6 months ago. So Loma, it's time for him to fight, man. Stop. Just get back and fight. Fight somebody, Loma. Come on. Time is ticking. Father time is ticking. You're not getting any younger. So I don't know where the source is coming from, or like what started this whole Valdez versus Loma talk, but that would be a tough fight. that would be a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? Robert Brown, what's going on, bro? Hey, you guys are awesome, man. Thanks so much for jumping in this building. We got here Mike 202 saying, thanks so much for jumping in, Robert Brown. Robert Brown, I appreciate your comments, bro. I read all the comments, and I do my best to answer all the comments, you know, in the comment sections, to, you know, chop it up with you guys, man. Thanks so much, Robert Brown, for your support, man. You guys are awesome. Triple G versus Mike 202 says Triple G versus Charlo Andrade. Triple G versus Charlo, Andrade versus Charlo, one or the other. That's what the people need. Yeah. But, you know, the problem here, man, Mike 202, I think Triple G, there were talks of him fighting this Murata guy in Japan or something. So, I mean, Triple G, he don't want to fight those top guys. Triple G has Canelo problems, and everybody has Canelo problems, as a matter of fact, whoever fights him. But, ever since he lost the rematch, man, Triple G just don't, you know, and then he fought Derevchenko, and, you know, a lot of people said that Derevchenko won that fight. So, Triple G, man, I don't think he wants those risks. He doesn't want to take those risks anymore, man. He doesn't want to take those risks anymore. They just want to, it could be his team or the promoter he's under. They just want to make him look good against under par opponents. That's what they're going to do with Triple G, man. That's what they're going to do. After Derevchenko, after he fought Canelo and he lost the rematch, okay? After, you know, Derevchenko fight, which is a very close fight. A lot of people wanted to see a rematch in that one. After that, they just want to make him look good. Look at Triple G's age. He's like 37, man. He's up there. He's out of here, man. I mean, he has to, yeah, they just want to make him look good, man, with under par opponents, man. We got here Mike 202 saying a mandatory will pop up for Valdez. It's a big possibility, bro. But, yeah, we'll see. I'm sorry about that. I hit the mic there. But, yeah, Loma versus Valdez talks are out there. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if that will happen. That would be a great fight. I would love to see it. I would love to see that, man. Loma still got skills. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Loma got skills still, man. I mean, you know, be a great opponent for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So, yeah, man. So we got that going on May 1st. But Chris Eubank Jr., I just cooked on him, man. Definitely. Chisora versus Parker, not interested in that fight really at all. Katie Taylor, I really want to see that. You know what I'm saying? I repeat, undisputed lightweight championship May 1st. This whole card's going down versus Jonas. And we got Bivol, you know, light heavyweight. Bivol versus Richards. I want to see that too. So I'm more interested in this card because of Bivol and Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's going to be on May 1st. But, hey, the promotion is too late, man. I mean, they should have promoted this. They should have promoted this like at least a month ago. You know what I'm saying? A month and a half ago. I don't know what they're waiting for in the last minute. All this last minute promotion is horrible. All this last minute promotion is just horrible, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I mean, it's just sisters and brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's just horrible, man. So, hey. Almost got an hour up in this, man. I got to get going, man. I mean, it was just a flash live. You guys jumped in the building, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you guys so much. Remember to share, man. The channel has been growing, man. It's been growing incrementally, man. And thanks to you all. Thanks to family. Thanks to the platforms. You know, I got to respect those. I got to recognize. I got to give my hats off, you know, to all those who've been supporting me. The platforms who've been inviting me. 503 Lion has invited me a couple times. Jab Jamboree, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Ack Reacher, you know, all these guys, you know, Blue Blood, family over there, man. I'm just humbled. I'm just humbled by all you who jump in, all those who have been inviting me on their platforms. You know what I'm saying? I'm just another Joe Blow who loves the sport of boxing, man. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. I'm humbled every time you guys jump in, and I love hearing from you all. I got to get going, man. So remember, please, notification bell, share, like, subscribe, man, all that good stuff, man. And remember, I'm going live again, 6:15 Central Standard Time, all right? We're going to go live again today, man.